Hello and welcome back to the draw. Brian, there's a lot of news around the golf world with players returning to the tour, tournaments coming up, start of the season's coming up, but I want to start with our own story. I saw on social media you got a hole in one, so please walk me through the hole, walk me through the day. Is it your first hole in one? Well, like, I gotta hear more about this.
Yeah, so certainly a once in a lifetime experience. I never thought I would get that. I'm not that good at golf, But no, starting off, I wasn't supposed to be playing golf that day. My
What?
dad, he was golfing with three of his friends, like a foursome with the four of them. And one of the guys dropped out and he was like, "Hey, Brian," like he comes upstairs. First of all, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon or 12:40, and I'm kind of still in bed. Kind of ashamed to admit, but I was still in bed. And he was like, "Hey, Brian, like get your clothes on. Like we're golfing in 20 minutes." So I got my clothes on, got to the course, and I haven't played golf in I think 5 months. August was the last time I've played because I was abroad, so don't have my clubs, don't have anything, and
Yeah.
I wanted to play Marco Simone, but I don't have money like that, so
Yeah.
not golfing Marco Simone. So I get to the course, no warm up, just kind of run to the first tee and play, and we're playing on the back nine, and so the second hole, par three, they had these like temporary tees up this week because the winter they had the tee boxes, so we were hitting off a mat, everyone on the same tees, like gold through white and red, all that they were on the mat. And so I step up. The pin's like it's 115 with slope, but it's like I think 120 or something without. It's like downhill par three. It's like the easiest par three on the course. Always a lot of fun in that hole. And I got my 50-degree wedge. Usually my 56 usually goes like 110, 115, but I was like, you know what? I'm coming back. Haven't played golf in a while. We'll hit the 50 and I hit it and it lands like short of the hole, one bounce, then it hops, and then I couldn't tell if it just goes right in or it kind of ch stops and checks and then rolls in, but it just goes in the hole. And everyone on
A
T-box, we're going
feeling.
crazy. I'm with my dad, so we're like jumping up and down, and
Yeah.
the whole course heard us. And then, the rest of the round, everyone was going like, "Hey, like here it's an open bar," and I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
no, like I actually like I have to like." Once before I got a hole in one, I think it's the dumbest rule, but like
I don't understand. Why is the person who made the hole in one buying drinks? He should be receiving drinks.
exactly right. But no, but we got to the end of the round and we go into the clubhouse and we talk to the pro and he's like a hole in one and he's like, "Oh, you have like hole in one insurance." And we're like, "What the heck is hole in one insurance?" And he was like, "Yeah, like, the guy who makes the hole in one, you get $500 to spend at the bar. Like, so basically you buy like everybody a drink, which I guess no one knows about unless like
Yeah.
you have to get a hole in one to know about this." So of course we're like, "Great." But the bar was closed, so
Ah.
go back when I get back home, we'll go to the bar and everyone can get a drink for my hole in one. But like, it was unbelievable. I still can't believe it, Yeah, just once in a lifetime experience. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have not had a hole in one. I've not. I've made come close. Classic par three. You hit it and lands near it, but then it rolls out. A wild story. My fiance's dad, the first time when he was golfing, and he told me this once. I don't know if he was 11 or 12 years old. He goes out to a par three course with his friends for the first time and made a hole in one. His first time ever playing golf.
No way.
And he is now 64 and he has never made another one. Obviously, par three course. I mean, 12 years old is different, but I mean, did you use the ball the rest of the round, or did you
Oh,
save that ball?
absolutely not. I got it out of the cup and I put it right in a pocket of my bag that I wasn't gonna ever open. I never put balls in there, so it wasn't gonna get mixed up. So
Smart.
I had 7 holes left to play after two. So like the rest of the round, I was all like, I was running on so much adrenaline. Like I
Oh
was
yeah,
smashing drives. Like I couldn't calm down. And like it was crazy too, because the rest of the round, every single iron shot and like wedge shot I had was just horrible. So like I used up my one good shot and like that's how it is.
I mean, no, I saw the picture on, I think it was Instagram. I'm like, oh, that's got to be greatest feeling, especially now that I know like doing with your dad and not playing in months. Is it like a course you play often? Is it your home course
Yeah,
or?
it's my home course. My parents have membership at the course, and
Okay, so that's
I
great.
leech
Did
off
the
them to golf there one
yeah. Did
every
they
so
give you
often.
anything for a hole in one, like a flag or anything
Yeah.
like that?
So the
Okay.
pro, he's gonna sign the flag and he's gonna give it to me, and then I know people retire clubs to put it, and we're gonna make a display, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
retire my club because that's expensive. So I'll put
Yeah,
like the
no.
ball, maybe the
Yeah.
glove, and like put some pictures and make
Scorecard.
it
You keep
like
the scorecard.
I did not actually have. I put it.
Oh
I registered.
no.
I register. I always keep it online, so I got my
That's fair.
phone.
That's
But
fair.
I
Yeah.
logged it into my GIN, so like you can't. I don't know if you could see it, but you could see a
Yeah, you probably
one in
can.
there. But I don't know. But yeah, we'll make a little display and put it in my room. I got the ball in a case in my room, in a baseball case. I don't have any golf ball ones,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
so,
No,
yeah,
that's great. I mean, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, I know there's so many golf things we need to talk about, but I mean, you may never get another hole in one, so we got to talk about because I've never had one, so I got to live through someone who's had one before.
no, it was unbelievable. The ball I was using actually was a Kirkland signature, which is honestly one of the
Ah,
funniest parts.
yes. Even better. I mean, no practice, waking up late. Oh man, I mean, it's a random round like that you'll never know what's gonna happen.
Beginning of
It's
January, right? The nicest day
yeah.
in Virginia too. Like it
Well,
was like
that's the other thing. I
I
saw
was
that.
wearing
I'm like,
shorts. It was
yeah.
like 55 degrees and I was like, no way I can wear shorts and I I don't know, so many things just went right that day.
Yeah, my second thought when I saw your picture, I'm like, okay, living in New York stinks because I have not played golf again probably since I think I played once in September in a tournament. But again, here it's been 35 degrees. Today was actually like 45 but rainy. But I was like, there's no way I could step foot on a golf course anytime soon with the amount of snow and rain that we've endured the last month. I mean, so the fact that you're playing golf in January. I mean, I was jealous for the hole in one. I'm jealous that you're able to play golf right now. I'm going down to Florida next week, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna burn my clubs yet because I know a lot of work has to be done at the PGA show. But maybe if I can sneak out for nine at some point next week, I will. I mean, outside of your hole in one, I know it's probably down the list of what the listeners want to hear about. I think we got to start with the Brooks Koepka returning
Mhm.
to the PGA Tour. I know we talked about him leaving Live neck last week, and I did not expect him to be reinstated to the PGA Tour in a week. I mean, we talked about it some last week, and now that it's official, I do think it's the right thing. I mean, we want the best players playing. I was reading a lot of players seem okay with it. I saw Scotty Scheffler's response was, "Yes, I think it's good." Um, I mean, again, I don't know what you think about it. I saw that he's not in the signature events, which I think is great. He can play himself in. I think that's a great. This whole return to member policy thing was greatly done by Brian Rolapp, who is obviously new to the job, but him wanting the best players, I think is a great step for the PGA Tour.
No, I 100% agree. I think the way they did it didn't penalize him too much. Like he got full status immediately. All everyone was like, "Oh my goodness, Brooks Koepka is a part of the tour." Like it just happened that quickly. But I feel like the punishment, like he has so much money. I don't think he cares about forfeiting like the player equity fund for the next few
Yeah.
years or things like
It's a
that.
5 million donation charity. Again,
Drop in the
I'm
bucket,
sure
like
he got so much money from Live. Like, what is really 5 million to him? Sponsors, all this spot. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's good. Now, I don't know if anyone else will come. I think we've already kind of heard from Rahm and DeChambeau and Smith that they're gonna not stay. I don't know if you read this return to member policy. It was 2022 to 2025 major champions or players that they won. If they extended it one more year, Phil Mickelson could have come back. Now, did they
I feel
purposely
like that's got
make
to
it
be intentional.
2022? Yeah. Now, would Phil come back? No, I doubt it. And he's burned so many bridges here. But I do think Brooks coming back, playing in the Farmers and the Waste Management, I think is great.
No, I agree. I don't think Dustin Johnson is eligible either because he won the
He
Masters,
was,
the COVID Masters in
yeah,
November. That
2020.
was his most recent one, so he isn't. So yeah, just the three of those. So
Yeah.
I think Bryson has like he's the one most likely to come back. I know that he had a quote today, and he was like he kind of said like I'm under contract through 2020, like whatever 2026 or something. So like, you know, you can read into that. I mean, as you mentioned, I think you mentioned last week, like he's okay with being a YouTuber. Like there's a lot of money in the YouTube, and he could just
Yeah.
go and be a YouTuber and play the majors and be totally fine with that. Or just whatever really Bryson wants to do. If he wants to, go through these long PGA Tour seasons, or just kind of chill on the Live Tour, collect some checks, and play in the majors.
Yeah, I think I know the deadline in that they have to apply for reinstatement is February 2nd, and Live Golf have their media days this week. So I was scrolling through X, and Live posted videos of Rahm and DeChambeau and Cam Smith's quotes, and Rahm and Smith said, "We're not going anywhere. We're here to stay." And like you said, DeChambeau's question was, "I'm here for 2026." So again, I think maybe down the line, is it this time next year or at the end of this season? Will Bryson have another time to like apply again? Will they just open it up again? Because again, they just created all of this in a week since Brooks leaving. So is it something where Rolap talks to Bryson in September, October, and Bryson says he wants to come back, and they open up this return policy thing again? And again, it's Bryson. So if they did it for Brooks, they're probably going to do it for Bryson. Now, if Cam Smith said he wanted to come back, I don't know. Like, is Cam Smith the needle mover that Bryson is right now? Probably not.
Not many guys like Bryson that can move the needle right now.
Exactly. So I think down the road, I think it at least sets, I don't even want to say a standard, but I guess a standard because, again, like I said, they're closing it February 2nd. These three aren't going to reapply by then unless something drastically changes in the next couple of weeks. So I think it's definitely something to look forward in the future. I wonder how this affects PGA Tours players. Like, do you think any other PGA Tour players will now leave knowing that there is a path back possibly for them?
I think the window is a little late now for leaving the PGA Tour. I think the window was kind of that 2 or 3 years ago when Liv was offering this ridiculous amount of money to go play for their tour. But right now, those guys all missed out on the Live Tour, like those massive bonuses. I'm sure they can get a decent amount of money if they go now, but like realistically, they have the signature events, they have a bunch of other things to play for. So I don't really think it's Live Golf is too enticing. The guys who made their decision mainly based it, I would think, off of competition, and it seems like they wouldn't want to go back for competition. I have a question for you though. Do you think that if another player like Bryson and like maybe even like Rahm, if they leave, do you think Live Golf, like their credibility and like do you think their league can really be sustained without all that big star power, like the younger kind of thing?
Yeah, that's what I've been mulling that. I mean, kind of since Brooks left and all that now, especially today with all the reinstatement talks the last couple of days. Like, I think if yeah, I don't know. Like I think if Rom or Bryson or God forbid for their sake both leave at the same time, I don't think it's dead in the water like Rory said it was a couple of years ago because that's clearly wrong. They're still doing it 4 years in. But I do think that maybe fan wise they're gonna lose some. I know they're starting to turn more into a global thing, so I don't know how much you pay attention to Live. A couple of their team names have rebranded, like I think it was the Ironheads, which is Kevin Na's team, and it's him a whole bunch of Korean players. They rebranded to I can't remember what it's called, but something Korean based. The Australian team, or no, the South African team rebranded a more South African theme. So I think Liv is going to start to lean into that global game. I know Cam Smith, or speaking of Cam Smith, his team is all Australians. So I think if they can maybe build more globally, I think they can maybe keep going. I don't think it's going to have the credibility, like you said, because you're going to lose the best players, especially if they're trying to get world ranking points. Like right now, Rom and Bryson like are the higher ranked players just because of their performance in the majors. So like if you lose those players, your golf events have not very high rankings in it. You're not going to earn a lot of points. So I think it could last. I don't know how long it would last. And again, like you said, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who's going to be watching.
Yeah, like if Live Golf like they lose Bryson and Rom, me personally, I mean I'm not really looking to go to any Live events right now, even with them on the tour. But even with them gone, like who's there going to be 50-year-old Phil Mickelson and just Dustin Johnson just like not really
Yeah.
caring? Like what's really there to see? You see Ian Poulter, like Sergio Garcia, guys that were good 20 years ago, but
Yeah, I don't like yeah, like you said, Dustin Johnson was That's a big one. Like I think again, maybe not because I know he just re-signed. If he would have not re-signed and they would have extended the eligibility window to 2020, would he have come back? I don't think so either. Yeah, I don't like, yeah, again, like you said, Dustin Johnson is not the Dustin Johnson he was when he left. Now that Brooks Koepka's gone, Taylor Gooch is the captain of their team. I don't like, yeah, sure, Taylor Gooch is young and good, and he has all those comments about this is what the Ryder Cup probably feels like and blah blah blah. Like, who's going to watch him? Now, are there people down when they have the Australian event there to watch Cam Smith and Mark Leishman and others Australians? Sure. Again, but like when they came to the US, I wasn't going down to Miami to see Dustin Johnson or Bryson or whatever other Americans are on the team. Like I don't know. Like it's tough. Like again, maybe the global idea is the way to go. And they just build teams from different countries. Like again, Sergio Garcia's team is all Spanish from guys from Spain. So like maybe it's that way and they have like this global type league that's cool and they play in different countries. Like I don't hate that idea. Like that like let me like I wish the PGA Tour would go to Australia. Some of those golf courses
Oh yeah,
where they
the
had the
fans go
presidents
crazy
come up
down
there
there.
are great. Like the one live tournament that they do that the DP World Tour down in Spain, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like pretty much in a jungle. Like that's a cool course. Like there are good courses other places than TPC courses. And no offense to TPC courses, but they're kind of boring sometimes. So like if they could make it more marketable, maybe with better players. I don't know if it's better players they need or I don't know what it is that Liv needs, but like, yeah, it's tough, especially if you can lose some of these big fish now that the PGA Tour is willing to accept them back. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, can the PGA Tour and Live Golf exist mutually and them partner with each other? I have no idea at this point.
Guess we'll see.
Yeah, I know who knows about more players, but I don't know if you know Ben Yan, PGA Tour player. He's never won. He's just a good average PGA Tour pro. He was seen at Live Golf Media Days. So there's rumors that he's going to join Kevin Na's team, again, the Korean team. Again, not that big loss of for the PGA Tour. I saw that Akshay Bhatia turned down a pretty big offer from Live. That would have been an interesting one because he's young. He's won, I think, two or three times on the PGA Tour.
Yeah,
Um,
he didn't even go to college, right? He just did like the
yeah,
Q school route, yeah.
yeah. He went Corn Ferry Tour, all that. So he's one of the younger. And as soon as the PGA Tour saw that, all of a sudden he is now on the Jupiter Links TGL team, playing for Tiger Woods tonight. So I mean, yeah, I mean, if they could maybe poach some of the younger guys if they could get a Luke Clanton or I don't know, Michael Thorburn Orson or something like that and get some young talent. Maybe Liv could sustain some of these bigger losses. But yeah, I don't know. The Koepka one, him leaving wasn't that shocking, but him teeing up in a month here or 2 months here at the Farmers is probably the biggest news and is definitely the worst news possible for Liv.
Hmm.
Again, like he got out of his contract to spend more time with his family, and now he's going to play. I think I read he has to play a minimum of 15 or 18 events this year. Like so, whatever he said to them was not what he was telling the PGA Tour, clearly.
Didn't Kepka also say when he joined the tour, like yesterday, he said, "I'm excited to spend more time with my family." Like, did you also catch that?
Yeah, I guess because he lives in Florida, it's easier for him to travel. Like he has private jets, I'm sure. Like instead of going over to Australia and England and all that, like Dubai for weeks at a time, I guess maybe that's the more time spent. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
understand. The reason he left for Live 4 years ago is to spend more time with his
Hmm.
family. So yeah, it's all very interesting at this point. I mean, we're going to talk about people returning to the PGA Tour. We have to talk about Vijay Singh, uh, 63 years old, has not played a non-Masters PGA Tour event since 2021. He is going to be a full-time PGA Tour player thanks to his one-time career money exemption. So he's sixth on the all-time money list. Anyone in the top 25 of the PGA Tour money list gets a one-time exemption for a year into the PGA Tour, and it never expires. So I'm Kevin Kisner played on this past season, I think, and we've seen people like I think maybe Webb Simpson's done it. Matt Kuchar has. said he's never going to do it, but right now he doesn't have PGA Tour status. So, I mean, people like that, again, 63, Vijay Singh, three-time major winner, has two PGA championships, has a Masters, has 34 career wins. He hasn't even won on the senior tour in a couple years. And all of a sudden at 63, he's teeing it up at Sony this week. I mean, what are we doing here?
That's ridiculous. I mean, Vijay Singh cannot compete with these guys on the PGA Tour who are t 30 or even 40 years younger than him. Like, no one is coming out there this weekend to see Vijay Singh play golf. Respectfully, like, sure, like you had a very good career out,
Yes.
three-time major and a great career out. Like,
Hall of Famer.
yeah, absolutely. But like, at a certain point, like, you just gotta know when to stop. Like, it's he's just abusing the system, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, like, and again, I want to relate this back to Brooks because it's different circumstances, but like in the Brooks's case, I read in that return policy that the PGA Tour created all of a sudden, which is still shocking to me, that he won't be taking spots from other people. Like if the field is supposed to be 120 and he wants to play, it'll just be a 121 event field or 122, whatever it gets to they need where they can have groups of two or three tee off. So Brooks isn't taking away a spot from anyone. They're just literally dropping him in events that he wants to play. Perfect. I love that.
How it
Not
should
taking
be.
away.
Yeah.
Yes. Singh, on the other hand, I don't think it's going to be like Brooks. I think he's going to take spots away. And again, he isn't in the signature events. He'll obviously have to play himself in, which I don't even know if he can at this point. Sure, if he goes on and wins, though, let's say he wins this week at Sony because it's not the hardest golf course, or he goes and wins one of the opposite field events or something. Now got a 2 year exemption on the PGA Tour. He's going to be playing the PGA Tour at 65. Again, I'm forget comparing him to again. I'm going to use Luke Clanton because he's the youngest player I can think of right now who hits it. We'll say probably not even the longest hitter. He's hitting it 315. There's, unless I'm wrong, again, I haven't watched Vijay Singh in a while. He's not hitting it 315. He's maybe getting it to 300. Maybe he has an elite iron game still. I don't know, or elite short game. Maybe he competes. Again, if he finishes in the top 100, he keeps his PGA Tour card for another year. Like, I don't know. At some point, this money list thing either has to just write it out of the bylaws, or like if you don't use it by a certain age, you can't use it at all.
I totally agree. And I think it's another thing is I think it's extremely unfair to these guys who just like, they're 125th in like the PGA Tour like rankings and things like that, like who might be just out of a tournament because Vijay Singh wants to play. Like I think you mentioned that also. But I
Yeah,
think
Joel Damon, Harry Higgs, all these people that
yeah,
lost the card,
they're fighting
and
for their
now,
career and their
yeah,
life actually. Like they're battling, for to make money for their family while Vijay Singh is just doing it because he's bored. Like
yeah, and again, he's a great player, and for all I know, he's a great guy. He earned $71 million on the PGA Tour. Does he need another year's worth of PGA Tour and go play the senior tour? Like, I don't know. It just, I know some people I've read are like, who cares? Some people are like, this rule needs to go away. I think it just, I don't know. I don't like it.
I
I
think
know I don't like it.
I think I don't like it, but I think it's okay for like, the top like, guys like Tiger, you want to see Tiger Woods play and maybe in like Tiger Woods, I mean, probably can't play golf really much anymore, unfortunately, but like at this point, I don't think anyone else really deserves that just to
Yes,
come
meets that
back.
criteria. Like honestly, the PGA Tour could come right now and drop a notice to us in tonight or tomorrow and saying Tiger Woods has all-time status on the PGA Tour. Cool, have no problem with
Yeah,
it.
no, yeah.
Like that makes sense. Vijay Singh again, three-time. It's not like we're talking about Kevin Kisner. We're talking about a three-time major champion who was great. It's just at 63, it's tough to like accept this or accept the fact that he's going to take someone's spot away in multiple of these tournaments, and that can mean the difference between them playing another year on the tour and them ending their career.
Hmm.
Like I don't know, like you look at Ben Griffin, who a couple years ago was selling mortgages because he couldn't compete, and someone gave him some money. He competed. Now he's a three-time winner. He's a top 10 player in the world. Like those stories now possibly go away, or it just takes a story whether it's not even that example, whether it's a JJ Spawn who finally breaks through for a win, or even someone like a Joel Damon who has one career PGA Tour win, like something like that. Now that player has one less opportunity for a life-changing thing for someone who already has earned his life-changing money. Outside of earnings on the course, I'm sure he's made a ton of money with sponsors
Hmm.
and on the senior tour. There's no reason he needs to play another year on the tour.
Not at all.
So it's just, yeah, I mean, those two things coming in kind of relatively close to each other, I thought was funny. And then looking at the Sony Open field, seeing him in it, again, it's wild. I know the Sony Open's the first event this year on the PGA Tour. They canceled the tournament champions. So listening to Smiley Kaufman's podcast, he had Mark Rothling on it, and he lives down in Hawaii right on the golf course for the tournament champions, and he said the one course at the resort is all brown, the other one is green. They probably could have played the tournament champions, which just made me sad to hear. Like I love that golf course. I love Kapalua. I love the 18th hole, watching the ball roll and all the. But Sony Open, it's a really. Have you looked at the field for this week?
I have not. I saw the field for the DP World Tour event, but not for the
Yeah.
Sony.
So the Sony Open field is pretty good for the first event of the year. Has four top 10 players in the world. So Ben Griffin, Russell Henley, Robert McIntyre, and I forget the fourth. JJ Spawn, maybe top 10 in the world right now. I might have to look that up. So those four in the field. Colin Morikawa, Jordan Spieth in the field. Hideki, past champion in the field. Keegan in the field. Nick Taylor, the defending champion, also in the field. So he'll look to go back to back there. Again, great field for the first round of the year. I love that all these players are playing in it. Usually a pretty good finish here. I was looking back at their history. The last four of the last 6 years, it's gone to the playoff to win. Nick Taylor defeated Nico Echeverria last week or last year, after JJ Spawn kind of made two bogeys there at the end. Again, the sad news with this too. Again, listening to this Smiley Coffin podcast, the Sony Open has no contract for next year, so we could be looking at a possibly PGA Tour schedule with no events in Hawaii next year.
That's very sad. I love, as you also said, I love the Hawaiian events. I think the Century, it's first event of the year right after New Year's. You get guys going out to Hawaii, beautiful, beautiful place. They got every year on TV they're showing whales in the ocean and things like
Yeah.
that. It's a birdie fest. Like it's just positive vibes all around. And the Sony is very similar. And it'll be very disappointing if there's no events in Hawaii next year because, I mean, there's no golf being played. As we said, we're in New York right now, and there's no golf being played probably north of Florida or anything or in the United States. So it's nice to see a tournament, and other than TGL.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's a good turnaround. It's hard to watch, obviously, in being in Hawaii, but you can still stay up late and watch them. And I've seen some good clips. Yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting. Like Spieth, like could he? He usually doesn't play well here. Morikawa's played well here before. Hideki's won here before. So yeah, it'll be interesting who comes out on top again. Vijay Singh's in the field. Brooks Koepka is not. I think Brooks Koepka said his first event will be the Farmers out in Torrey Pines. I think beginning in February, just around the Super Bowl time. Over on the DP World Tour, like you were mentioning, the Dubai Invitational, it is a pro-am. So there's 60 pros, 60 amateurs. The first three events, the amateurs play with the pros. The last round is just pros. It is a biannual event, so it didn't happen last year. It happened 2024. Tommy Fleetwood is the defending champ. He beat Roy McIlroy and Thurston Lawrence 2 years ago, so he'll look to defend. Patrick Reed in the field, again, one of the live guys that playing DP World Tour. Another one, David Puig. He is on Sergio Garcia's live team. He's actually, I think, he's my pick to win. I think he is a sneaky. Again, I don't know how this would work with live. If he was on the Ryder Cup team in 2 years, would not be shocking. He's young. He's won on the DP World Tour, and I was listening to John Rahm talk about him, and he goes, this guy is like he could contend in majors this year. He thinks. So he's
Wow.
a young Spaniard guy, just like Rahm and Garcia was. I think he went to Arizona State, maybe like Rahm. But yeah, he's good. So I think he's my pick to win this week. Yeah, but an interesting event. It's in Dubai. It kind of kicks off like four events here over out there. Again, interesting with the pro-am stuff. I know they do a pro-am one at St. Andrews too. But DP World Tour has had some good golf. I mean, Jaden Shaper, he won back-to-back events in a playoff at the beginning or at the end of the year last year. So we'll see. Rory McIlroy making his first start of the year. Always fun to watch him. If you want to stay up at 2:30 in the morning to watch, I think it's 2:30 to 7:30 Thursday to Sunday on Golf Channel.
Wow.
So yeah. If you want to stay up, I don't know. I won't be. I'll watch the end maybe, or I'll watch a rerun. We're gonna skip over to LPGA Tour. They have they have a little more of a break. I think their first event is the Hilton Grand Vacation at the end of the month. So we're gonna go over the five majors. So they have five, unlike the PGA Tour where they have four. Again, so similar to last week, I we each have winners. I'll tell you the course and where it is and defending champ, and then you can tell me the winner. So we're gonna start with the first one, the Chevron Championship, Houston, Texas, Memorial Park Golf Course. The defending champ is Mao Sego. Who do you think will win the Chevron Championship this year, Brian?
So my pick for the Chevron Championship is Hannah Green. She is, I think last year she finished 46 or somewhere around there on the road to CME Globe season-long tournament. But she played very well coming down the stretch in the fall. I know she took some time off. She got a new putter in the bag, got it with her coach, did a whole redoing of her swing, and she had a very good finish to the year, multiple top tens. So I'm gonna pick her to continue her very good form to win the Chevron Championship.
Yeah, my pick is a former major champion, Minjee Lee. Again, she has three top 14 finishes here at the Chevron. Of course, who knows from year to year what it'll be like, but she's played well here. Again, former major champion. She knows how to win. And I think she's coming off a pretty good year. I think she continues that form into next year. Again, Solheim Cup year, always a big year for that. Just kind of like the Ryder Cup years on the PGA Tour. The next one is the US Open, which I think I may be looking at all these venues of the five major champions for the ladies. I think this is my favorite course out of them. Riviera Country Club. Again, it's a PGA Tour stop. It's
Oh
the
yeah.
Genesis Invitation. I'm pretty sure it's hosting a Ryder Cup 2 in the 2030s, if I remember right. Maja Stark is the defending champ. And this is going to be a difficult golf course. I think it's the 10th hole there where it's a short par four. You drive it, but then you get into these weird bunkers by the green.
I
If you lay up, it's
That's the
tough.
playoff hole. I remember that one too.
Yes.
Max Homa,
And then they
26.
also have a par three that has a bunker right in the middle of the green, so that's always fun. I think another hole has split fairway, so depending on
Mhm.
where you want to hit it, you got to hit in this fairway or that. So it's just gonna be a fun golf course, especially for the ladies to play and watch them play it, because see how different it is from a PGA Tour event. We'll see. My pick is gonna be world number one, Gino Tichkun. She finished T6 in 2024 at the Women's US Open. She did miss the cut here last year at the 2025 US Open, so I was kind of hesitant picking her, but I think this is going to be a difficult golf course, and she's the best player in the world right now, so I think she comes up on top.
Yeah, so I kind of also chose a very, very well-known player on the LPGA Tour. I picked Nelly Korda to win this year. I know last year she didn't have her best season. She actually didn't win a tournament after winning, I think, seven or eight the year before.
Yeah.
So kind of a down year for Nelly Korda, and I expect her to rebound. She's very talented, obviously, best in the world, arguably she was. So I think Nelly Korda is going to come back to form and win the U.S. Women's Open.
Yeah, I think I almost picked her for this one too, just because the kind of the cream rise to the top, right? Like
Mhm.
the US Open, like challenging golf course. Again, yeah, I think that's either of these two could win, and that wouldn't shock me
Mhm.
at all. Um, no, I was gonna ask you if you picked Gino for any of the majors, but I'll just wait and find out.
I actually did not.
Oh, wow. I didn't pick Nelly for any of them. So, okay, we're kind of different players, but same mindset. The PGA Championship, the Women's PGA Championship, another golf course I love, obviously famous for the Ryder Cup here. Hazeltine National Golf Club up in Minnesota, is it? Minjee Lee is
Minnesota.
the defending champ here. Again, another great golf course. It's very linksy style. And if it gets wind blowing there, these scores could be low, and it could be we're looking at maybe a couple under par win. So I'm kind of hoping for that because that's always fun. Right on the lake, you're going to get some great views. Obviously, the Ryder Cup, I think it was the 2012 Ryder Cup was there maybe, or 2016, I don't remember. But one of those, again, great venue. Excited for the women to play these very tough golf courses. Who's your pick?
Oh, so my pick for that tournament, I've got Lottie Woad winning it. Lottie Woad, future
Yeah.
superstar of the LPGA Tour, won her first. Actually, she won as an amateur on the European Tour, and then she turned pro and then won that tournament too. So she is unbelievably talented. I expect her. I think she's going to win a major this year, more specifically the women's PGA, but she could win any of them, and I wouldn't really be surprised. Who do you have, Nathan?
Yeah, so I have kind of the breakout star from last year, kind of in the same vein of Lottie Wood, Miyu Yamashita. She did win a major as a rookie. Last year, she won the AIG Women's Open. She finished T6 here last year. She finished T2 in 2024 here at the Women's PGA Championship. Again, I think she's the second ranked player in the world right now behind Gino. Coming off the Rookie of the Year award, second to Player of the Year to Gino, and she won one in her rookie year, so it's hard to not pick someone who won as a rookie.
She's very good.
Again, a lot of these women will be playing this golf course for the first time, so it's not like many people have an advantage. I'm gonna go with Yamashita to pick up her second career major. After the the women's PGA Championship, we have the Monday Evian Championship. Again, this is at the Evian Resort Golf Club over in France, one of two majors the women will play over in Europe. Defending champ here is Grace Kim. I'm gonna go maybe with an outside pick here. Angel Yin is my pick. She finished top 10 in three majors last year. She finished T5 here at this event last year. So yeah, she's gonna pick up, I think, her first major win this year. I know she competed in the International Crown event. So good player. I think maybe finally breaks through after three top 10 finishes this past season in majors.
So my pick here, you could go with really anyone. The LPGA has so many talented golfers, but I've gone with Nasa Haraoka. She finished the season very strong. She had a win last season, and she had multiple top tens in the fall. So I think that she can carry that over and take home the trophy at the Amundi Evian Championship.
Yeah, it was honestly harder to pick these because I felt like I was leaving out so many good players. Like again, like you said, you didn't pick Gino, I didn't pick Nelly. I mean, we could mention Brooke Henderson, Charlie Hall, like all of these amazing golfers that I mean, it's tough, and maybe one of them win it. Again, I was wrong all of my PGA Tour picks last year. So again, I will probably be wrong with some of these. So maybe we were wrong, and maybe Nelly wins three, or Gino wins three, like, or Charlie Hall win. Like, again, yeah, I thought it was a lot tougher, kind of picking these than it was on the guys' side. The last one for the women is the AIG Women's Open at Royal Lytham and St. Anne's Golf Club in England. Again, last one of the year, end of July, I think this one is. Who is your pick?
So I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go with Nelly Corda again. I know, like.
I love it.
Maybe it is boring, but I expect a dominant season from Nelly Korda to show everyone why she is the best player in the world. She's gonna get it done. She's gonna win two majors next year. I'm ready and I'm here for it.
Yeah, again, it wouldn't be shocking. Like again, like was Xander Schauffele shocking? Like winning two majors 2 years ago shocking? No, because he's that good of a player. And when you're that good, the best players show up in the brightest moments. And Nelly did that 2 years ago. I think she's gonna be a little ticked off she didn't win. I think she'd never say that to the media, but I think she's just too competitive a person, like a lot of these women are, that like she wants to be on top and she kind of reclaimed the best player in the world status. So I think there's no better way than winning two majors. I'm gonna go with someone you already picked. It's the hometown girl. I'm going with Lottie Wood. She again, you laid it out perfectly. She is a budding superstar on the LPGA Tour. She finished T8 here last year at the AIG Women's Open. She finished T3 at the Evian Championship. Again, one was as an amateur, one was as a pro. So she's had major success already. She's won twice, like you mentioned. Does playing in her home country give her a little edge? Has she played this course before? I don't know any of that. Again, possibly, but just knowing the conditions and the wind and how golf courses are there over there, because someone like a Nelly who doesn't play there all the time, does it give her a little advantage? Yeah. Will it help? Who knows? But again, I think she is in for a big year. I think finally kind of being the LPGA star. Not that the LPGA is lacking stars, especially
No,
young stars.
not
Again,
by
we
any
mentioned
means.
Gino's young, Miyu Yamashita's young, Nelly's not even that old. So now you just got another one. Again, another international women star, and I think it's great. So yeah, those are my picks.
Uh,
Um,
I
I'll
think
run through my five again, and you can run through yours five again real quick. So I have at the Chevron Championship, Minjee Lee. At the Women's U.S. Open, I have, oh, yeah, Gino Titakun. The Women's PGA at Hazeltine, I have Miyu Yamashita. At the Evian Championship, I have Angel Yin. And AIG Women's Open, I have Lottie Wood as my five LPGA major winners this year.
so. My five, I've got Hannah Green for the Chevron, Nelly Korda for the U.S. Women's Open, Lottie Wood for the Women's PGA, Nasa Haraoka for the Evian, and then Nelly Korda again for the Women's Open.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for some of these golf courses. I think some of these golfers are going to be exciting to watch, especially for the women who don't usually get to play somewhere like Riviera or Hazeltine. I think it's great that they're getting to go to these courses. I know they've played at Pinehurst number two before, so that's always cool just to see them playing the courses that the men play as well. Again, no event on the LPGA this week. They got a couple more weeks off till their season kicks off. We have the Sony Open on the PGA Tour. And over at the DP World Tour, we have the Dubai Invitational. We'll recap those next week. Next Tuesday, we'll record, and then you'll probably hear it a Wednesday. As for next week, I will be at the PGA show. So if any of you listeners are there, find me. I'll be walking around. Have some interviews lined up with some different companies, have some other meetings lined up. Hopefully, get some guests from there to hop on this pod here in the next couple of weeks or in the next couple of months. Should be an exciting time next week. Again, comment, like on our YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube, go to our website, Fair to Green. Brian and I got some stuff coming out, especially with tournaments coming out. We got our previews and recaps, all that good stuff. Go over our Instagram, give us a follow. Again, listen, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get it, give us a review. Please subscribe. Brian, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Maybe next week we'll be talking about another hole in one you got. For me, definitely not. No golf here in my future. We'll see how well these major predictions go. Um, any parting thoughts on Brooks Koepka or anything else?
No, I've said all I've needed to say. Just ready for an exciting year of golf on the PGA and the LPGA Tour.
Yeah, again, tune in the Golf Channel this week. PGA Tour starts, LPGA not too far away. We'll see you next week.